focus your education to be more productive. I'm learning to thrive in the gig economy. You'd like to learn too. I talked to you recently about how continuing education is really important because you can stay on top of things in your field, and it helps build your personal brand when you're out there trying to sell yourself as a freelancer. But there's a danger to it, and I wanted to talk about that this week because I've really fallen into this trap. When I started my freelance career 4 years ago, I didn't really know what I was going to focus on. I didn't really know what I was good at. And so I went and picked everything. I got on all these newsletters. I signed up for a bunch of workshops. I signed up for all kinds of podcasts, subscribed to a bunch of things on YouTube. And 4 years later, I'm still getting all kinds of emails every day. And I realized a lot of them aren't useful to me anymore because I started to focus my freelance, and I know what I needed and I know what I wanted, and I wanted to get broader education in that area. But I didn't want this stuff. I'm never going to write that. I'm never going to deal with this. So at the beginning of this year, I started unsubscribing to newsletters, unsubscribing to podcasts, and deleting the bookmarks on my computer to these sites that I'll never visit again. And I dropped my membership in a copywriters association because they were talking a lot about how to develop new business in different areas of the copywriting world, which I have no interest in going into. I don't need to do that. I'm not interested in that. And I said, well, why am I paying a monthly fee for this? This is not what I'm interested in. Instead, what I'm doing is I've narrowed down my continuing education to the areas that I, number one, feel I need, and number two, I feel will help me with my personal brand. And that's it. I'm not getting a bunch of newsletters. I'm not listening to podcasts that aren't going to address those two things. And if I start a podcast and it turns out that it's not helpful, I'm turning it off. Just turn it off. I'm just not even going to bother to listen to the whole thing. Before I was willing to listen to a podcast that wasn't necessarily what I wanted because I thought I might learn something from it. But at a certain point, you have to realize that's wasteful time. And the reason why I said I unsubscribed to these newsletters and I got off all the mailing lists is because they're clogging up my email. And I know, you go, what the heck? It comes in, I just delete it. What's the big deal? But, when you're standing there deleting every day, email after email after email of things you're never going to open, what's the point? It's just a waste of time. So I would suggest very strongly that you look at things that you are subscribed to, the things that you are getting in your email, and say, is this really helpful? And if it isn't, get rid of it. Unsubscribe. Take it out of your life totally. Because this way it'll help you focus on the things that are going to be productive. What do you think? Do you get a lot of newsletters and stuff that you don't really need? Or have you been smart enough to winnow it down way before I did? I'd be curious if I'm like the last guy to figure this out. Please comment down below. And like and share this video because I think it's helpful for other people. And I'll link down below my earlier video about continuing education and the importance of it. And until next week, take care.